Okay, hi everyone, and thank you for joining this webinar on Petrosys Online training. Now, to give you some background, we are very close to releasing our first online training course, which is the Introduction to Petrosys training course. And this webinar, just over the next 10 minutes, is designed to take you through how you would use this online training. So we'll talk about how you purchase the course, we'll look at the modules that are available within this introduction course, and we'll look at how we run the course, so how we run the theory, the tutorials and the quizzes, and also how you can log in and log out at your own time of choosing, and how you can get the most out of the online training. So what you see on the screen here is what the online training will look like, and a link to this will be placed on our website when the course is released. Now we're going to start by how we would purchase the course using the online facility. So after navigating to this place, which will be on our website, you would click to add the course to the cart, and then you would proceed to check out, like purchasing anything else online. Now, as a new customer, you would enter your email and choose a password and sign up. Now I'm an existing customer, so if I was returning to this, I would enter my details and then click on the sign in button. You would then go to the next step, which is to add some credit card details, which I'll skip for the purposes of this demonstration, and then the course is purchased. Now if you want to purchase multiple courses, or if you don't want to use a credit card, if you want to pay by an invoice system, then you would contact us at the usual details, which I will provide at the end of this webinar. However you purchase the course, when you log in, you will see that you then have the course available to you when you log in. Now there are various ways to launch this course. You can see there's a launch button on the main screen there. You can click on the view details button and you can view all the modules within the course. So within the introduction course there's the agenda and introduction, there's software introduction, coordinate reference systems and a range of other modules. And you can choose to launch the course from within here, or you can jump back to the dashboard and you can just launch the course directly by clicking on it here. What you'll find is when you do this, you then have a list of course contents down the right hand side, and you can see there are several modules within this course, and you can see that most sections are arranged into a theory, tutorial and a quiz. So you can see for the introduction to surface modelling or for the 3D viewer, you have theory, tutorial and quiz. Now the idea is that you have to complete all of these sections in order to complete the entire course, and the order is up to you, but we do recommend sticking to the order that is displayed here. Now whichever module you click on, you select it, you'll see it appears near the top of the screen, and you click on the start button. Now this is a demonstration of a theory section, so I'm going to be quiet now and let you hear the audio that would appear if you start one of the theory sections.
Welcome to the section on understanding and using map sheets. Map sheets are an important part of mapping in Petrosys, as they are the sheet that all data are displayed onto. Please click Next to take this section and learn about map sheets.
Now I'm going to click Next a few times as you would do when you're using a theory section. I'm not going to spend too long on each slide though. I'll just click Next and go to a particular slide and let some audio play.
Let's take a closer look at some of the components that make up a map sheet. A map sheet has a bounding box. The user can specify a map title, projected, or geographic coordinates can be toggled on. The user can choose to use lines or ticks to represent these coordinates. A title block having extra information can be saved to the map sheet. A scale bar can be used, and a location map may also be saved as part of the map sheet.
So the slide then is the same slide that we would use in our normal training courses, with the audio being created by a normal technical Petrosys trainer. What we've also done is to add some extra information to the end of the slide, and you see this appearing on your screen now. A series of green highlight boxes will appear at the end of each slide, and you can read that information, and this is the information that would generally be provided by a trainer in a face-to-face class. Now I'm going to click Next a few times and you'll see the progress bar indicating that we're approaching the end of this theory section. As I mentioned, you would obviously spend longer at this theory section in reality. There are also some other buttons down there. You can mute the selection or pause it or rewind, replay this section as many times as you like until you're happy that you understand the section. And then obviously once you're finished, you can click on some of these crosses here or click on the finish button to return to the contents. Now if I go to the dashboard And if I go back into the View Details button, you'll see the progress bar is updated slightly there. And if I go to the View Details, we can view that in a little bit more information. If I click on the Content tab, you'll see that the Map Sheets theory section is completed. Now it's marked as completed because technically we did go through each of those slides, albeit not in very much detail. Now there are lots of other sections to complete before this course will be marked as completed, so I'm going to click on the Launch button here, and again we return to this Contents page, and let's look at one of the tutorials. So click on the Display Data, Seismic and Faults tutorial.
Welcome to the Displaying Seismic and Faults tutorial. In this tutorial we will display seismic and fault data onto our map. To start, click on the mapping icon to launch the mapping module.
So you'll see that in the tutorial sections we have the software presented to us as if we were using it at our own desktop screen. Now the first step it's asking us to do is to click on the mapping icon. So I'm going to click on this icon and see what the first couple steps of this tutorial look like.
Click on the Display 2D Seismic icon, second row of icons, third from the left. This will open the Display 2D Seismic window.
Okay, so the first step here then is to click on the Display 2D Seismic icon. Now let's assume I didn't know what the icon looked like. What I would do is just click anywhere on the screen and you'll see that some extra information will appear. Now that's a really handy tip if you're not sure what to do next. Another tip is if you look at the mouse pointer, if you hover over the correct button, then it will change to a hand symbol. So if you're not sure, you can hover the mouse over until you get it right, and you can do this course as slow or as fast as you need to. Now let's say you're a little bit more advanced and perhaps you're using this course as a refresher course. What you can do is start to use the software a little bit quicker. So the first step here is to connect to Doug Insight. Now if I know how to do that quickly, you can see that I can start to use these steps very quickly without having to slow down and wait for step-by-step instructions. So you can see here I'm connecting to Doug Insight very quickly and click OK and I've got some seismic displayed. Now if I'm not sure what I've just done in this tutorial, there is a previous step button that you'll see at the top of the screen. So it's very advisable, and I would encourage everyone who's doing this, if you've clicked some buttons and you're not sure what you've been asked to do, click on the previous step button, go back a few steps and redo that section. So it's very important not just to simply click buttons and assume that you've completed it because you've got it right, but really try to understand what it is you've been asked to do. There's also a replay audio button if you need to use this. Now I'm going to jump out of this tutorial early without completing it. You'll see that the software is actually saving my progress, so I can go back in at that step tomorrow or in a week's time if I need to. If I go back to the dashboard and go to View Details and go to the Content tab, you'll see that it says I've completed 15% of that tutorial, and I could relaunch that at the step that I was at previously without having to start from the beginning. What I'm going to do now though is jump onto one of the quizzes. Now click on the Map Sheets quiz, and again it will take me to the previous step that you saw earlier with the contents page listed down the right, and I'm going to start this quiz.
Welcome to the Map Sheets quiz. You can retake each quiz as many times as you like, until you choose to reveal the correct answers. Press Next when you are ready to begin. True or false? If your data exist in a different CRS to your map sheet, you must have the data converted prior to displaying.
Okay, now I'm going to mute the audio just now, and I'm also going to just answer these questions very quickly, so I'm not going to spend any time going over the correct answers. Just to give you a feel for how you would do a quiz, let's just answer these questions very quickly. Now there's a series of true false, some multiple choice, some drop down boxes. There's also some areas where you click on the right point of the map, and also some ones where you rearrange certain lists to get the correct answer. Now when you've answered all of these questions, you click on either Submit All or click on the Next Question button, and you'll get a score. Now you can see here I've got 50% of them right with one attempt. Now I can choose to retake this quiz, and all the answers are completely reset, and I can go through that and re-answer those questions. So again, I'll just answer them very quickly. Now I can do this as many times as I like until I'm happy with my score. When you click on the button to reveal the answers, which is called See Quiz Answers down the bottom in red there, when you click on that, your score is locked in. So here I've got a score of 63%, and it's taken me 2 attempts to get that score. So when I click on the See Quiz Answers button, I can then go back through the quiz with the correct answers being shown on the screen. I'm not able to make further changes to my answers. So I'll click on Exit to jump out of this quiz, and we'll go back in to the dashboard and to the Details button to see this on the list of contents there. So click on the Content tab, and you'll see that my map sheets quiz, I got a score of 63%, and that's I'm not able to change that now. Now what I would do now is just go ahead and just complete all the other sections in order to complete this introduction course. When I complete the course, I'll be given a certificate to say to show my achievement. Also note that as you go through each of these sections, there are message buttons that you can type questions in and ask technical members of the Petrosys team some questions to help with any problems, whether it's technical or logistical challenges you're having, and I'll put those contact details on the screen in a moment. So thanks very much for listening to this. Hopefully you have a better idea now of what the online training will look like, and we will be in touch as soon as this is released, and you can always check our website or contact us if you want to find out more. So thanks very much for listening, and I will now mute myself and allow anyone to ask any questions you may have. Thank you.